Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya. Welcome to Dhamma Talk in English. Today I would give a special topic of the core teachings of the Buddhas. In Vietnamese we say Lời Dạy Cốt Lõi của Như Lai. As you all know, the Buddha was born in this world over 2,560 years ago, and he tries all his best to find the ways out of all kinds of sufferings, and then he got enlightenment for the two new things. The first one is suffering, and the second one is the end of sufferings. And he went to everywhere in Nepal and India to take his dharmas. He went to every corner of India and Nepal nowadays, and then he take to many people, many different groups, many different of believers, and his teachings, according to the numbers, it total is 84 kantas. We can understand easily in several 84,000 points of the teachings. But now, for easily in the practice and keep remembers, I would tell you the core teachings of the Buddhas. The core teachings of the Buddha is mean that the most basic and important teachings that the Buddha used to take to the world or to the Buddhists, especially to Nepals and Indians people nowadays. And his teachings also propagate to everywhere in this world, in the 5 continents. Those are the 4 noble truths. The 4 noble truths of Buddhism we can consider as the core teachings of the Buddhas. Those are about the suffering, the cause of suffering, the ends of sufferings, and the way leading to the ends of sufferings. Or we can say that in his teachings or in the Dhammas, there are 2 kinds of the Dhammas. The first one is the Dhamma for learning. We call the theoretical Dhamma or the theoretical Buddhism in the modern world. And the second is the Dhamma for practice. or we can call the practical teachings or the practical Buddhism in the modern world. And now I just share with all of you just about the significance of the two kinds of dhammas. In Bali we call dhammas, in English we call teachings. The significance of theoretical dhammas includes the 8 postpaths. The 8 postpaths is the number 3 of is the number 4. It is the last ones in the Four Noble Truths. The 8 postpaths consist of right views, right views or right understandings, and right thoughts. Both of them we can group into a group of wisdom, panya in Pali, and next, right speech, right action, right livelihood. 3 of them was grouped into a group of sila or morals. And next, right efforts, right mindfulness, and right concentrations. 3 of them were grouped into a group of concentrations or samadhi in Pali. The 8 postpaths are the significant teachings of Buddhism. Why I say like this? Because all the religions and all the beliefs, they don't teach or they don't have these kinds of theories. They also have their own middle ways. For example, in Hindus or at the Buddha time we call Brahma religions. They also have their own middle ways, but their middle ways is completely different from the middle ways of Buddhism. The middle ways of Buddhism actually is the 8 postpaths. We have the Bali term as Majjhima Patipatas. Majjhima means a middle. Patipata is mean the ways. It means the ways. So please remember the middle ways in Buddhism is the 8 postpaths of Buddhism. And we can summarize into the short terms as moral, concentrations, and wisdom. Or if we wish to shorter than that, we can summarize into one word, is mindfulness. Pali we call sati. And sati we can translate to different terms of English like mindfulness, awareness, alert, also consciousness. So if we want to know deeply and clearly, we should use the words of Pali, that is sati. Whenever we have sati, we also have wisdom. We call sati sampachanya. Yeah. And for the significance of the Buddha teaching in practice, we call vipassana kammatthana or vipassana bhavana, meaning the insight meditation. All the relations is all the centers of meditations outside Buddhism. They don't have the methods of insight meditation practice. So what is insight meditation? That we understand that the significance of the Buddhism in the practice. Those are the methods that develop our wisdom. Mostly we practice, commonly we practice insight meditations under the four foundations of mindfulness. Those are bodily, feeling, minds and mental objects, or dhammas. I mean that we can practice practice insight meditations under the four mindfulness by taking our bodies as the best. For example, we can observe our bodies and our breathing in and breathing out moments. If we follow these teachings, it means that we are focused on the moments of our bodies. We can call that is the bodily mindfulness practice. And if we focus on our feeling, like we feel painful, we have easily sensation that we following the feelings as mindfulness practice. And the third, if we focus and observe on our minds, it means that while we are practicing, if we realize that our thoughts, our mind is moving, and we can observe, we can know that our mind is thinking. This means that we are follow the mind, the mentals mindfulness practice. And the last one, if we, while we walking or sitting meditations, if we always think to the Dharmas or the teachings of the Buddha, like Namarupang Anicca, Namarupang Dukkha, Namarupang Anatta, like this, it means that we are follow the Dharma mindfulness practice. And the key words of practice inside meditations, I know that it helps only one infinitive word. It is to observe. It is to observe. And to observe, to realize that we just knowing. We don't, while we practice inside meditations, we don't try to adjust thinking on the objectivities. We just observe the moments of all objectivities. And if ourselves sense, everything can make ourselves make sense stronger, we can return back to ourselves, to our insight, and observe our phenomena. If we feel pain, we have to observe that pains, and if we feel easily, we can observe that knowing, until all phenomena in our insight disappears, and then we back to our main jobs or main duties, to observe and to realize and just knowing. No any adjustment. There's no any try to play back to everything. And the goals of insight meditations is wisdom. If we follow insight meditations, it means that we follow the way to develop our wisdom. And only as mindfulness and wisdom can observe and can catch up with the moments of our body, of our feeling, of our minds, and of our mental object. This way, this method is only in Buddhism can guide us and can teach us, and it's very common in USA. For example, if the Theravada Buddhist monk walk in USA, mostly the Americans and the Westerns who are interested in practicing insight meditation, they will think that those Theravada Buddhist monks can share and kind of about how to practice insight meditation. For example, I traveled. Okay, once I traveled from the Southeast Asia to Vietnam. In the Southeast Asia airport, at least a few people come to me and ask me about what is insight meditations and how to practice insight meditations. They also concerns on why we need to practice insight meditations, because they used to hear that when people stress, when people get depressions, and when people don't know how to set up the goal for life, they was recommend to practice insight meditations. It's also recommend to practice the mindfulness cultivation. That is the terms of insight meditations in USA nowadays. So it becomes a common word and common concernings about. For example, in my temple also, some come to my temple, some just seeing the Buddhist, the Theravada Buddhist monk standing in front of the temple. They also, stopping their cars and come to ask us, can we tell them about the basis of mindfulness or the insight meditation? Yeah, that is why today I need to share about the topic, the core teachings of the Buddhas. The teachings of the Buddhas is not limited at the 8 parts of the Buddhism and the insight meditation practice. We also have all the soft teachings like the 3 characteristics of existence, the 12 dependencies of existence, and 38 blessings of the Buddha, and Anapanasati, breathing in and breathing out meditations, also loving kindness cultivation. Every wholesome dharmas can lead us to the skillful minds we have to learn about and to practice tools, because those are always supports and have the meaning, have the special meanings in our learning and practicing the teachings of the Buddhas. And the most important thing today is, I would say that we should start from the theory first. At least we have to make sure that we get right understanding on the 8 parts or the moralities, concentrations, and wisdoms in theory first. And then we don't stop at the theories. We have to go further for the second step, that is try to practice insight meditations by ourselves. Sure, at the first terms we need the insight meditation masters to guide us and to tell us how to practice, to tell us about the methods, how to practice insight meditations, and after that, when we know the basics and we can't practice by ourselves, we have to practice insight meditation whenever we have free time, at every corner of this world, because insight meditations is easily to practice. We can practice insight meditation. I mean that insight meditations and mindfulness practice is the same things in the terms of meditation practice. So we can practice insight meditations or mindfulness cultivations while we are walking, while we are sitting, while we are standing, and while we're sleeping. That is the postures, including all the short posture, like we can practice mindfulness while we are sweeping, cleaning the dish, and reading the book, something like that. And to see the Dharmas and to reach the goal, the highest goal in Buddhism, the wisdoms, we need to follow both by theory and practice. So at the end of this topic, I hope that you all can get a little bit about the ideas of the 8 parts of Buddhism, the middle way in Buddhism. The second, I hope that you all can prepare yourselves to test, to practice insight meditations. Namo Buddhaya.